There you go. 9,000. Kind of makes the straw trip worthwhile, because that's really not worth much of anything. We spent half our straw income on manure, and then made 9,000 bucks or 9,000 euros. I should have it as UK pounds. But, sadly, currency isn't savable by GameSave. Since the majority of my farms at this point are European, I'll stick to using euros for now. No, not on manure. To use the arrow. Pig food, let's go back that way, there we go. Oh, 10 o'clock already. Oh, goodness. Field 8 didn't end up with weeds initially. Everything else, the weeds were growing before I harvested and replanted Field 8, but the weeds established very quickly on 8 after it had been planted. Need to buy 14 too. Because we combined that into the 1312 combo field. Once the tractor's rolling, we still make a lot of speed on this. Straight up. So again, we're over 50,000. Kind of thinking with seasons coming up and the cotton DLC, I may switch to a different map on one of these. Maybe not this one. When you look at Field Mountain, Old Stream Farm, and this one to start out, it's a lot of small stuff. Small harvesters, small tractors. These are the biggest tractors I own, and they, I initially figured they're probably oversized for the fields we had. I mean, we were working pretty much everything under 150 horsepower. Probably most of it under 100. I deliberately got some slightly oversized tractors because of the ability to knock down fences and hedges and combine fields. So obviously this farm does cater to expanding your capabilities, should we say. So said, I'm just getting to that point now. We combined one field the previous harvest, we combined one field the last harvest, and we'll be combining fields on the next harvest as well. I think this is the nursery. So it's giving me a chance to slowly build up the farm, which I don't see much potential for on either field mountain or on stream. Drop. So again, that should be another net income of about 10,000. This thing does not tip very fast. Quick, we beat the blue car. We'll crash into the red one. Woo! Okay, we'll crash into lots of cars. We won't beat the blue one. Well, there was a bit of excitement. Check on how much straw we have left in the shed. Again, 42. 2 more loads will only take down about 37, so we'll still be at 205. This way seems to be safer because the road's flatter. And this is a very slow way of making money. Soybeans, canola, all selling at 1,500 plus. So I was pulling in 30 to 40,000 on each trailer load. But we already did that with the soybeans and the corn. Put up to about 76, 75 for the round trip. Next one will get us to about 85 84. So I'll be able to pay down another 50,000. There we go. Oops. Good job there's no collision on that pipe. Ugh. So I have found that while this wagon is not as easy to manoeuvre as a single, or I think the Fliegel comes with 2 rear axles. It is a little bit more stable with the front and the rear, so long as you don't jackknife the front axle. And it gets very, very wobbly. Moving plants. Make it to 76. Oh, 77, 78. Huh? Oh, we got 11,000 there. I guess those plants are more hungry. With 11,000 on a trip, we'll get to 89. Now the other thing I did look at was potentials for putting a pig yard. I believe here. I just took the potatoes out of the field on the left as a contract. But this is kind of a nice placeable area. The problem with is it costs $263,000, almost $264,000, which is a shame. But it's kind of convenient to the main yard. You just run over here, feed your pigs and run back again. Obviously running across the road can be kind of suicidal at times. So we still have over 205,000 litres of straw. Now the other option for placing a pig yard is right on this field. Disadvantage is we lose the crop income from the field. Another disadvantage is the pig yard would then be right behind the house, so it's gonna stink. But I do own the land. But losing that plot as an arable field may not be a problem, because as I start upgrading the equipment, swinging a 6 or 9 metre cedar around that field is going to get more and more difficult. So maybe we just don't do that. Maybe we're going to want to do something with that eventually, I think. And the other option is to look for somewhere else to plant a pig yard. Horse riding facilities. Now, I don't really want to get too far from the main yard, because pigs take 4 different types of food plus straw, and we're shipping that all from the main silo. I don't really want to spend an hour driving across the map to ship them food. Of course, I could buy another silo and fill that up with stuff specifically for pigs, and then feeding the pigs would be a short-range trip. I'd like to see how that goes. And in other news, our deck is complete. It looks very nice. And the new front door will be delivered sometime next week, so it will probably be installed the week after. And that will mean the front of the house looks quite nice. We've done all of the expensive jobs like new kitchen, new back patio and door, and view deck at the front of the house. Everything else from now onwards is going to be a little bit more affordable. Yeah, when we started all the projects, we looked at it and we said, well, we could do these 10, but then we're going to have to wait 2 or 3 years to save up the money to do this next one. And the alternative was, well, we could do these 3 big ones, and then it'll probably be 2 or 3 months saving up, and we can do another. We can do one of the others, because all the rest are kind of small and manageable, and 2 or 3 months of savings would bring in enough money to pay for them. Go to the greenhouse that's paying loads of money. So this should take us up to about 89,000. I'll wait till it's tipped. Oh, not even. Wow, that value dropped through the floor. Ah well. Still, it is sufficient to be able to knock off another 50,000. Okay. We will call this selling session done. I do need to sell a lot more straw, but I think we've done enough today. As you can see, shipping manure up to the nursery really doesn't take that long and can net you a lot of money. So, we'll stick this back in the shed. I'm probably going to call this session early. I'm still... oh shoot. That was a little less than ideal. Oh well, it was all going so well up to that point. Well, apart from the near car accident. How are we doing? This tractor actually looks quite healthy for now. So we're down to 200,000. Everything we have has a 70% or better maintenance record. So yeah, you can see the slight gap in 10 where I just landscaped over that stretch to make it separate fields. Those on the final sometimes it's so difficult to tell. Okay, that's just planted. That's first stage of growth, that's second stage of growth, that's final stage of growth. These are about to become ready for harvesting. Yeah, they didn't while we were looking at that, so that's fine. They're all double fertilized. There are some tiny strips of weeds, but yeah, they happen. None of them really need ploughing. I think some of them do need some lime, but it's dots of lime, so no big deal. When we plough these fields together, we will have to lime that centre stretch, so at that point I lime the whole field, just because. May take out the hedging along there and bind 10 in with 9 and 8. Really don't know what I'm going to do with 11 at the moment, because it's kind of awkward. Right. That needs lime and has some weeds, okay. Whatever. So, that's that. We've got 205,000 litres of straw. 15,000 litres of potatoes, which aren't worth a great amount, but when you haul in 90,000 litres, that more than makes up for it. We've got very small quantities. So sunflowers were 1,500. That was one of the things I sold. Soybeans was 1,500. Canola wasn't as valuable. I was quite surprised with the sunflower values. So there are some favourable places. I don't think I've planted oats recently. That would be there. Soybeans, corn, sunflowers, potatoes, wheat. What's that then? Canola. So no, we haven't done oats yet lately. So I might do one of the big fields of oats coming up. Money, as I said, we're down to 200,000 borrowed. We have no animals. There are a ton of contracts out there, which is kind of favourable. Can't do mowing, baling contracts because I don't have any of the equipment. Harvesting. Oh look, another potato harvest. That's kind of small though. Regular harvest of barley. Wheat. Fertilising is nice and quick usually. I just swapped out the narrows. Another fertilising, ploughing. Don't have a plough. I have a subsoiler that doesn't count. And weeding. Oh, those are weeding, not spraying. So if we left those two for longer, we could spray them and they'd pay better. Or we can do it with our own equipment. So how long have we done today? We played an hour. Fertilizer usage quite a lot. What's our money state? So we've actually done a couple of days of stuff. So our big sale day was Friday, 148,000 sold, 13,000 for contract income, 13,000 wages paid out, and we sold vehicles. We sold all the cedars, which is where we got our 36,000. The next day we bought a new plot of land. We bought the cedar and we bought the Mahindra, which is why we lost so much money, but we did make 34,000 in harvest income there, which was primarily everything we took off of that field, so barley plus straw. So we paid back, or we paid off more than we no, we didn't pay off more, but we paid off a good proportion of that land purchase. And then today all we've done is harvest income, and we did a potato harvest. So the potatoes off that harvest were negligible. So So yes, I've actually played through from Friday 2 days, 2 game days. Go back to there. Those of you who weren't paying attention, I did jump the speed, the time lapse up to 15. And we'll drop that down to 1. But for now, I think I'm going to call it night. I'm going to put the tractor back in the shed because we don't have any immediate work to do with it. When I have immediate work to do, I'll put the tractor out with the appropriate equipment on the back so that I know what I'm planning to do at least. And the other thing is someone is working on a Fendt harvester mod. I believe the Fendt equivalent of this Massey Ferguson, and if that's true, if we're going to upgrade our harvester, we'll upgrade to the Fendt, because then we'll have Fendt tractors and Fendt harvesters. Let's check that tractor out. This tractor is fully repaired, 33 hours on it. One thing I am hoping for when Seasons comes out is that they don't, or they change how the maintenance contracts work, or maintenance on vehicles, should I say, because these can be rather costly if you're, 30 hours the tractor's knackered and you need to buy a new one. That's the Mahindra. Which, I can't remember why I bought it, but I was doing a lot of running around, so I bought that because all the tractors were in use. Oh, and we bought some spotlights. That one there, pointing that way. And this one over here pointing that way, so I could actually see in the yard at night time because part of the harvesting actually ran into the dark. Okay, I am going to say I am not back tomorrow. Tomorrow's event is closing up with pizza, and that means I probably won't be back until 9:30. I'm going to want to go to sleep. Friday we'll be looking World of Warships multiplayer for anyone who wants to join in, and Saturday I'll leave that up in the air for now. I hope to stream some lore folds on Saturday, but I'll have to see. So thank you for watching and have a good day tomorrow. For now, I'm out of here.